Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Ting here for another quick tip for the beginner blacksmith. Today I'm going to teach you the bird nest method for lighting a coal forge. To me, this is one of the most effective ways to light your coal forge without having tons of smoke everywhere, and it gets you a good fire going. You don't have to really struggle. You don't need a whole lot of air. So the best way that I know to do the bird's nest is take something, got newspaper. Newspaper works well. I don't really read the newspaper. The news is depressing to me, but I use packing paper. It's pretty much the same stuff. And I'm gonna need 5 sheets of it, okay? I want 5 nice, this is 2x2, 2-foot square. The first sheet, I'm gonna lay it flat. You're gonna take your other sheets, ball them up. You don't have to get them too compacted. Just get them balled up where they stay balled up. Alright? So you should have 4 of these balls of paper and one main open piece. We're going to ball all these up, and then we're going to use these to make what's called a bird's nest. Okay. What we want to do is arrange these in a manner to where they kind of sit in a diamond shape. If you notice, square, diamond, whatever, and you want to bring your corners in, like so, okay, to the center. And then you take those corners and tuck those in. And then see, you got kind of a donut shape there for a bird's nest. Alright. These things work really well to get your forge lit. I like to take some Coke after I've got it made, pull some of it back open because it'll go right back in the way you've got it pressed now. Stick a little bit of this Coke up inside of there and compact it back. That way, once the paper lights, it lights that Coke. Alright, we got our bird's nest made. Next thing you want to do, you want to get you a good pile of your Coke built up or sorted out. Don't use green coal. Now the difference in Coke and green coal is quite substantial. If you notice, this is what we call green coal. It doesn't look very porous, it just looks like a black rock solid, okay? This is a piece of the same coal that's already been in the fire or by the fire, and the heat has burnt all the volatiles off. You see how it's porous and popping open. It's burnt all the volatiles off. The volatiles is what causes all of your smoke, the real thick green yellow smoke that comes out of a coal forge. The volatiles is what does that. So you want to, when you're working a fire and you got your forge going, pile you some green coal up by it and make sure you got you some Coke built up for starting your forge on the next time around. It's a whole lot cleaner air. It's easier to breathe around. All in all, it lights better. Now, I will throw a couple of these pieces on the fire for the volatiles just to help kick it, get it started, because they do light rather well. This Coke takes a little bit longer to light than the green coal does, but the trade-off is this doesn't smoke real bad. So let's get started. I've got a pile of Coke built up right here. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna light our donut. Okay, torch, lighter, whatever you got. Light your donut. You don't got to really put the fire to it. Okay, and you're going to want to put some Coke around the corners where the air is going to come out, and turn your air on. Okay. Now take all this Coke you've got built up here and put it around the fire. You can break it up into pieces if you want. See my smoke, it's white. It's not real green. That's the paper that's burning. You're going to get that. What the trick is to try and get it to light all this Coke from the previous fire. Okay, you got that going now. Let that sit. Don't put too much coal on it. It'll smother it out. You can. You want to take and pack that down. Okay. Keep packing that down. You see my smoke, it's white still, it's not green. I'm putting nothing but coke on there. I'm not putting any green coal. And then I'll drop a couple pieces of that green coal in there with it, and that's gonna help kick it off. But all in all, I've got coke in here burning, not coal. And the coke's about lit already, as you can see. Okay? Once you get it a good fireball like that, take the coke and put it on there. I like pea size. It lights really good at this point. Okay? You see that little bit of green smoke right here? That's from a green piece of coal. And if you get that, the best way to get rid of that is to let your flame come up, and your flame will ignite the gases, and that is why it's a green smoke, because the gases are coming off of it, but they're not igniting. You get that flame up there, it ignites the gas, and it gets rid of your green smoke. Now we'll just let this sit for a few minutes like that. Come back, and that bad boy will be lit. And you see, I'm not choked out in here. There's not a ton of smoke. I don't have a hood over mine because I have a vented gable up there, and it pulls the smoke out rather well. But if I just piled green coal on there, it would choke me out right now. So that right there is lit. We'll give it about 5-10 minutes. We'll come back and we'll show you what it looks like. Alright guys, there you go. As you see, the fire's lit good. We have good hot coals in there. If you notice, while the fire's building up, I took green coal, a little at a time, and I build it up around the sides of the fire. I don't put it in the fire, I build it up around the sides. And what that's doing, the heat from that fire, you see the steam coming off of it? The steam coming off this coal, that's the volatiles being forced out. They're not being burnt off, they're being forced out with the steam. So they come out and they don't put off all that smoke. So it goes ahead and it coats all this stuff up, and it'll also start to clump together. So this is really a good time to start building a cave. If you're going to make a cave, you start putting this over the top around the back and let it burn, and it would create like a shell around the top. You just keep putting green coal on top of that shell, and the heat from it's going to burn that off and create coke underneath, and coke is what's going to be used for your fuel. So just go all the way around your fire, and then every so often I like to take my scoop, put a little bit of water in it, and just put it on the stuff beside the fire. Don't put the water down in your fire pot because you can crack and warp it. Just put it on the coal that you put beside it, and that's going to help create steam from that heat, and it's going to push that stuff, drive the volatiles off even faster, and help clump it together a lot better, so you can get that cave effect. Okay, I'm creating a cave right now, or partial caves. It really makes a nice hot spot inside there, and a good neutral fire. It reduces the ozone, the atmosphere of that fire, to a neutral atmosphere where it gets rid of all the oxygen before it even makes it to your steel. So it's a less scaling fire, less oxidizing. You're not going to burn off as much of your steel. So I hope this helped, guys. Again, if there's any kind of tips you'd like me to, if you've got something and you want to put it out there, you'd like me to make a video on it, going over it a little more in depth, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. But as for now, we're trying to make the focus of this channel back from the beginning. We're going to take it all the way back to the beginning, and that starts with how to start a coal fire, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something, picked up a few quick tips on this. And as always, thanks for all your support. I love you guys, and we're going to catch you later.